William Castle, eh? He's directed a mixed bunch of horror films, most of them not very scary at all. However, that didn't stop him from titling his 1976 autobiography, Step Right Up, I'm Gonna Scare the Pants Off America. Apart from directing The Tingler and House on Haunted Hill, he's also responsible for such titles as The Fat Man, The Whistler, there's always one of them in the school dorm on camp, eh, kids? And an intriguing picture called The Conquest of Cochise. Probably nothing to do with undercover cops and bad moustaches, but you never know.
This is Strange Universe.
Most people know that mysterious crop circles have been appearing here in Wiltshire, England for years. What they don't know is that Reg Presley, pop sensation of the 60s, is one of the leading investigators into this bizarre phenomenon. Presley is best known as lead singer of the Troggs, whose hits include Wild Thing and the platinum theme from the film Four Weddings and a Funeral, Love Is All Around. After seeing an intriguing crop formation not 20 kilometres from his home in Andover, Reg Presley became a believer in the phenomenon.
I discovered that there was more to this than meets the eye.
Reg began to do his own crop circle research, and in 1992 captured this footage of an unidentified craft travelling across the Pewsey Vale. He claims this footage proves that crop circles are not of this world.
I now believe that there is an extraterrestrial connection between crop circles and UFOs.
But this wasn't Reg's last encounter with the paranormal. The following year, while on a similar watch with several friends, Reg saw another UFO.
This turquoise light came on, and from that turquoise light, a white light came towards us, expanding as it came. And it wasn't until a year afterwards I was explaining to somebody what we saw, and then I realised, hey, this is slow light. You know, there's no such thing as slow light, and yet that is exactly what we saw. It wasn't a flash. It actually came towards us. And I thought then, this is so weird.
As Reg and his associates stared in awe at the strange light in the sky, the entire region experienced a power surge. Polly Carson, a local landowner, remembers her experience.
In our house, we certainly had an interruption in the power supply. There was definitely a power cut. We have, an electric clock that flashes if the power supply is interrupted, and it was flashing the wrong time. People had their answer phones were triggered, and that other people reported an interruption in supply. Although I believe that when it was investigated, officialdom said that there hadn't been an interruption or a surge.
But Polly has heard local authorities deny anomalous activity in her area ever since the first complex crop formations appeared in her fields in 1990.
Once you accept that people aren't making them, really, you're in the realms of goodness knows what. I don't know what's making them, but I think any explanation is as valid as the next.
Reg is convinced that the crop formations are a message from alien spheres.
What I'm doing is spinning this top and lifting it off of a magnet. This is the way I believe that UFOs fly. They use the magnetic fields of the Earth, and while this is spinning, it causes centrifugal force that really wants to tip upside down and stick to that magnet, but it can't.
Whether it's aliens from outer space or earthbound hoaxes, one thing's for sure. Reg Presley and his fellow crop watchers are keeping their eyes trained on this mysterious corner of England. In the south of England, I'm Gavin Hay for Strange Universe.
Still to come on the Graveyard Shift, a bunch of actors meet theatrically sticky ends in the House of Seven Corpses.
My film. My film.
Least of your worries, buddy. But first, take a look at this. It's an episode of Fearmakers, and this week we look at the work of a guy who got his start by pretending to be Big Sam Goldwyn's nephew, William Castle. So, what about that Cochise film? William Castle popped up in 1975, playing a director in John Schlesinger's Day of the Locusts and in Warren Beatty's seminal film Shampoo. At the time of his death in 1977, he was producing 200 Lakeview Drive. A forerunner to Nightmare on Elm Street, perhaps. My second feature tonight is The House of Seven Corpses, directed by Paul Harrison and released in 1974. Paul Harrison is multi-talented. He also wrote the kids' TV series HR Puffin Stuff. Now there's 7 corpses I'd like to see on TV. Tonight's film is about a bunch of actors making a horror film in a haunted house. I always love watching actors playing actors. Or in this case, bad actors playing worse ones.
Omniski, Hedem Adamo.
Cut it! Cut it! Cut! I said you were supposed to be going into a trance, not an orgasm.
There is no God. Faith Domergue of This Island Earth stars. She's the ding-dong who reads aloud from the Book of the Dead. Very stupid. Hasn't she seen the Evil Dead movies?
Come, my darling. I have been awaiting your return from the dead. You see, my sister? You see the power?
Whoops. No surprise then that this was her last movie. Look out for John Carradine. I reckon he holds the record for appearing in the most cheap horror movies. He was known as the Bard of the Boulevard for his habit of reciting Shakespeare in his booming voice while walking the streets. Here, though, he plays the creepy caretaker in charge of the haunted house.
What are you doing with that chisel? Baking a cake?
The house they shot the film in was actually the governor's mansion in Utah. Not bad. Here it is, The House of the Seven Corpses.